Hello and welcome to Voxel Tycoon. This is a strategy, simulation, management, transport tycoon type of game. And it's currently in pre-alpha, so everything you see in this video can change in small or big ways. But I'll go through the game. I will cover all the basics in this video. How to get started, how the interface works and how to build and everything, what to do and why you should do it. And then I continue in the next episode with some more advanced features. So let's take a look at the game settings very quickly. Difficulty, this is pretty straightforward. Allow train turnaround means that you can allow trains to just flip 180 degrees at the end of the stations. Other than that, pretty straightforward. So this is TKA Transport, I guess. That's a company name, and our color is orange. That's good. Currency, I use euros. I'm from Sweden, we don't have euros, but at least we're in Europe. And then the world seed. So let's call this the TKH world. That's good. So let's start. And there we go. Now when we have the world loaded and generated, we can take a look at what we have here. So welcome to Bastrop region. A good place to do business, look around for resource deposits to start mining from, buy vehicles and supply city demands. When you're ready, make more complex products and research and expand. And well, that's pretty much it. So our region looks like this. You can see we have a border outline over here and up here, and it goes around like this. And then beyond these can be unlocked later on, but and then it will continue, well, infinitely, I think. At least so they say. So, but in this region we have 4 cities. I think most commonly I've seen 3, but 4 that's also fine. We have coal, iron and wood as resources over here, here and here. So we have all the resources that we need. We have some cities that demand these. Let's take a look at Andover over here. You can see we have a symbol here for wood, and we can see it here in the demands tab. That this city wants us to deliver wood to them, and so on. So we need coal over here and iron over here. And when we do this, when we deliver resources to these cities, see over here we have actually 2. This city will expand. It will grow in size. They will give us money for it. They will, if we supply them well, they will also grow and find new demands. So we can get coal, for example, over here, or like we see over here, iron bars. So that will come when towns evolve and we unlock things and progress through the game. So what is there more to see? Well, we have our resources, we have cities, we have a target. So let's take a look, before we get to building, let's start to look at the interface. What do we have here? Down here I press pause by hitting spacebar, like that, or we can change the game speed to slow, medium and fast. We have a research tab here, research management it's called, and I will not cover this at all in this video, so if you're interested in that, we'll take that in the next video. So I'll completely skip that, but we use it to unlock new products so that we can manufacture. We have that we can build with factories that are not unloaded, and it will also unlock conveyor belts, which is a mean of transport, and new vehicles for us to use. So research is a big part of the game, but in this video we'll just cover the basics to get you started. Here is actually what we can build, so let's take that as a last step. We have our budget here, or economy. We can borrow some money, we can repay, and well, you get the breakdown of what your costs and income is. Up here we can change our what to see, so that's why it may look different in different screenshots or other people playing the game. So if I, for example, turn these off, you can see that the city names disappeared, but if I hit Alt, they will toggle on and off. So it makes it easier to see and maneuver if we have two different modes. I can click here to zoom out and get a better control of the camera. We can actually go very, very close if we need. Okay, so let's go back. We have our messages up here. It's empty right now, but we will get important messages such as cities evolving, and trains that can't find their way, and so on. And some settings over here. All right, so what can we build then? Well, we can bulldoze, so we can remove things. I can remove a tree, like that, or buildings, or tracks, or anything that we build. We have some terraforming, lower racing, and level up out the land, like this. We can plant trees and so on. Electricity is not in the pre-alpha, so we'll not be able to cover that at all, and conveyors will be covered in the next episode. But what we can do is we can build industries, we can build mines and sawmills, warehouses and labs, as I said. We can build roads and rails, and we can put down stations and depots so we can transfer things. And that's what we're going to do next. So let's take a look at the basic thing that we want to do. I think this is a very good example. So over here we have wood, and over here we have a demand. We have iron here and a demand over here. So similar to real life, well, I think it's cheapest to build with roads first, and then once you have lots of resources to transport, then you go to rails. So let's put down some roads to this place, just for demonstration. Let's see if we can find the correct one, and we just click and move over here, and done. And now we want to have a station over here, or terminal it's called. And now you can see two circles. So this is quite important. When we have it within the first circle, we'll get 100%. And if we move it farther out, we'll get less and less until we won't be able to reach at all. But in this city, I can actually reach both of these with 100% profit, I hope. Like that. We'll place it up here, perhaps. Nope. So let's do like this. So we can take the road over here. Station. Make sure both are 100%, and now we're happy. And let's connect the rows together, and we are just fine. So we're done on this side. And you might have seen that I do have some hotkeys to reach these. If I just press 1, it will open the industry. If I press 1 again, it's the mining. If I press 2, it's a warehouse, and so on. So next step, mining facilities. Sawmill. We have the circle to show what we can reach, and we need to place it within the wood. So if I paste over here, it says nothing to mine. Going in here, it's green. So let's place it here on the outskirts. I guess there. So now if I run the game, you can see this one is slowly filling up with the resources. So let's pause the game, and we'll continue very soon. And then no warehouse, not right now. I think I covered warehouses in a bit later in the video. So terminal, and you can see the reach as well here, but we have to be within the inner circle to reach it. You see this house with the sawmill will light up. That means we can access the internal storage. So let's just place it here. Let's do a simple one, and we go round, I think that should be fine. So how to make it work? Well, we need a garage. Place it anywhere along the road. I would like to place them somewhere in between. I don't want to place them too close because later I want to expand, then it will be in the way. So give it some distance. I think it's a good idea. And then buy. Now, there are lots of menus here, but it's actually pretty straightforward. So if we buy a truck, we only have 3 to choose from, but we will unlock more for the next episode where we have research and that part done. Now you need to look at these symbols. So the first one, it can take wood planks and beams and concrete and stuff. Here we have products of different kinds. And here we have coal and iron and more raw material for that part. But we need a AAA truck for wood. Otherwise we have to change here what to transport. And now from here we have a few other options. They're not really relevant right now. So let's just buy it and click it. We get this is the vehicle and the vehicle menu, and this looks the same for trains and cars, pretty much identical. We add somewhere to go. Let's say we'll go use load here and then unload over here. And since we are started filling up, it will be able to fill up when it gets there. I could have used the full load instead and the full unload over there, but I prefer not to use that because I don't like things jamming up. So I'd rather just have them running back and forth, but that's perhaps you want to do differently. And just to make more money, we can go to the garage, copy this truck and release. So this will have identical route and it will be much faster. And we can do the same thing again. Copy, copy, release all or individually. Okay, so now we have 4 trucks driving. Let's speed things up. You can see the amount. It will go here, it will drop off, and we'll make some money. So with that, this route is done. We can expand it, of course. Didn't we have another place? Yep, here as well. So of course I can have a road going from here to here, and then we'll just do the same thing over again. We can use the same station here. If you have too many trucks, I think it's better to have several stations, but that will also change depending on where you are in the game, if you're early or late and so on. But this is running and this is fine. Everything is as it should be. This is probably how you start a new game with trucks going back and forth. But we also have trains and I want to cover that, even though perhaps we shouldn't use that this early because it's quite expensive. But for this video, I'll use it and then demonstrate it. So we can make it a bit advanced here. So stations here works in the same way. You can see the reach, we have the same circles. If I reach this sawmill, we can access the internal buffer. So I'll place it here. Now, this is a very bad way to do it. I do not recommend it, but I want to show you how it looks. And we can have another station here to perhaps access the iron ore. Let's place it here. And then we go into industry and mining facilities and iron mine and place it here. And you can see it lights up. It doesn't matter which one you place first, it will light up and show you that they are within reach of each other. So if I run the game, this will start to fill up. So let's go back to rails and make a railway like that. Very basic, simple, probably not how you should do it in a proper world. I will get back to that in perhaps some future video, but just to show off, okay? And then from here, so we can load here, and we can drop them off. Either we can drop one off here and one off over here. So I can show you both actually, just for demonstration again. So here we can get 100% profit from the wood that we're delivering, and then put another station over here. Yeah, that's good. But now it's too far away. That's because I want to show you the next type of transportation. So let's just quickly connect these together. I'm not being very careful, but still looks quite okay. Perhaps not that good. And then we'll put down a depot, similar to the garage. Let's start over here. Oops, sorry, we need to get it green here. Okay. And then just hook them up together and we should be fine. Okay, go into the depot, buy a vehicle. Let's take the most expensive one. And we'll add, where is it? We have here, wood, a stake car. So we can do that, and we can duplicate 2 of those. That's fine, I guess. And then we'll add one for iron. Remember now that you need to configure it to what you will transport, and then duplicate that, and now we have 2 of each. So let's buy that, and then do the same thing over and over again with new vehicles. You set your load here, and then we go here and load up. We go here to unload, and you could see there I was a bit fast. Unload, we get 100% profit, just to be clear, and then unload here. But here's no profit. We'll take care of that in a second. So now it's running. You can see it starts to fill up over here, and continue on. Pretty straightforward. So let's take care of this part as well. So when your towns grow, you want them to be able to grow. So perhaps it's not a good idea to always put your train stations in the middle one, especially not if you want them to be big, because you can make them in different sizes. So down here in the lower right corner, you can see that we can rotate with R. We can change type like this, different look, and we can change the width with V and B. So a multi-station like this. I like to have them 2, and I will cover that in the next episode. We'll exchange these to be 2 stations instead, or 2 tracks. And we can change the length as well, like this. I think we had it 80 meters, right? I think so. So now to take care of this, we need to build something called warehouses that I mentioned briefly before. So these are simply storages, nothing more, nothing less. We need them to be able to drop off stuff here, because we can't dump stuff in the station. But as soon as we place a storage of any kind, or a storage, we need to set it to something. And it can be set to any kind of resource, and in this particular case we want to store, what was it? Iron ore. This one. So it can hold 115, and now when the train gets here, let's see how it goes, filling up. See, 8 and 8. And we're unloading. First the wood, and then the iron. And it's filling up. And now this one will turn around. You can see up here, turning around, since we allowed it in our game settings. And then it will be fine. So we just need to take care of this, and we do this like we did with the trucks before, it works exactly the same. We can just place a terminal around here. Yeah, let's place it just on the back side. Take it here. Let's put a garage, and we should be good to go. So let's buy vehicle, AA truck, configure it for iron, buy, and we'll set a schedule, load over here, and unload. Oh, we haven't built the station yet. Build a station, perhaps here. Sometimes it's good to build them in the center because you can reach several, but you never know where the next one will pop up. It can pop up on this side or on this side, so it doesn't really matter. And we can actually make it that simple. We don't even need a turnaround place. So let's go and let's copy this and make one more. They should be able to keep up on that short distance. It doesn't look perfect, so I prefer to just make something that looks like this. And the same thing over here. So I think that pretty much covers what we need to cover in this episode. As I said, next part I will go through the research, building a lab. I will go through factories, we'll get into conveyors, and I will also cover the fourth thing here within the railway called the signals. I didn't mention them before, but it's something you put along the rails to manage several trains on the same tracks. But all that will be covered in the next video. I hope I'll see you then, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.